Okay, we are at number 9, and again, 9 and 10 are not substantively more difficult than the previous ones. They're just a little bit longer, so they are in their own section. Let's give ourselves some space and take a look at 9. If animals don't have souls, then they don't have emotions. So let's let that be if not S for not souls, then not E for not emotions. The next sentence, animals do have emotions, E. Okay, 3 questions. Can we conclude something? If so, what? And would that be valid or invalid? Pause the video, think for a bit, come back when you're ready. Okay, can I conclude something? Yeah, I can conclude S. Would that be valid or invalid? Well, I have if front, not S, then back, not E, and I'm adding E, which is the opposite of the back, and I'm concluding S, which is the opposite of the front. That's valid, that's modus tollens. If animals have rights, then they have souls. Okay, same 3 questions. Can I conclude something? What can I conclude? And would that be valid or invalid? Pause the video, think for a bit, come back when you're ready. Okay, this is a little tricky. I mean, can I conclude something? Well, not validly, I can't. But this is the sort of setup where probably it might be natural to conclude R. Do you see that? If R then S, S therefore R. That's a natural mistake to make. In fact, that is why we have identified it as one of our 2 fallacies. This is the fallacy of assuming the conclusion. It is like saying, if Max is a poodle, then Max is a dog. Max is a dog, therefore Max is a poodle. No, Max could be a schnauzer or a Great Dane. So it's a tempting move, but it's a mistake. Now, I don't know for sure that the author has made that mistake. So I don't want to attribute it to the author just yet. Whether the author has concluded R or wants us to conclude R kind of depends upon what she says next. So let's continue to read. If animals have rights, I'm sorry, we did that. If animals have rights, then they have souls. If animals have rights, then it's wrong to harm them. Can I conclude something at this point? Well, if I've already concluded R, I could, right? If I think I've concluded R, and then someone says, if R then H, I would be absolutely within my rights to conclude H, and that move would be valid, correct? That leads me to think that maybe the author has made the mistake of concluding R, because the author goes on to reason as if we have concluded R ourselves. So I'm starting to think, looks like that's a mistake that the author made, but let's continue. If it's wrong to harm animals, then we shouldn't test products on animals. If it's wrong to harm them, then we should not test products on them. Can we conclude something at this point? If so, what? And would that be valid or invalid? That one move. Okay, think about that for a bit. Pause the video, come back when you're ready. Can I conclude something? Yeah, if I've gotten H, I can at this point conclude not T. That one step would be valid. That's fine. Therefore, we shouldn't test products on animals, and that is in fact where the author wants us to go. So, has the author committed this mistake? Yes. How do I know that? Well, because the author needs that, right? The author needs us to conclude R in order to make the rest of the argument work. So that is a forced error here, but it is an error. So that chain has a weak link. That argument is invalid. Okay, see you at 10.